Hey everybody, Billy from Mutation Creation. Today we're going to do a video using the ultrasound as we have here. Austin's all comfortable in his little position and how he likes to, ultrasound. We have this camera set up here on the screen, and with Lord of the Lion, who's on camera, with his magic, he's going to basically, I guess maybe split screen or so to show you what we're looking for and how Austin's actually moving the probe and what he's doing so that you can see how to, I guess, what do you call it, magnify or enlarge the follicle size to maximum length. Does that sound right?
To get the biggest possible follicle size, we can read them and see exactly where the female's at.
Yeah, and we'll show you how we freeze and what we do. We do have a foot pedal for this that we can actually use to freeze, but I'm just going to sit and hit the freeze button myself. For those of you who do not have a foot pedal, if you have a foot pedal, all you do is you step on it and it just simulates the same thing as me hitting freeze. So if he's doing ultrasounding by himself, instead of trying to hold the snake in a probe and then trying to, it's just use your other foot. Well, use one of your feet.
Yep.
So we're gonna start, this is Austin's animals also, so.
Start on the left side.
This one?
Yeah, let's go straight down.
Okay.
Oh, no, it helped me hit record here.
Oh yeah.
Lord of the Lions.
Lord of the Lions, like we gotta, good call. Imagine we did all this. So, another thing too is if you want to take this, how we set this up, we just turn it on, okay, and it usually comes on like that. We just crank the, I guess I don't know if it's called gain or we just turn it on so you see the full. Everything's pushed over. I'm sure we can tweak stuff here and there and do little things, and all we're doing is nice and simple. Shove everything over to the side, crank this on after you put the power on. That's it. So depending on her follicle size, I want to sort of, when you zoom in and out, I want to see if there's some bigger ones. Not yet. We'll do that on a bigger female.
So this girl's
about 9. Yeah,
9 to 10. And if you go a little bit further down. Oh, did you press for start?
Oh, I didn't hit the card, did I?
Oh no. Here it looks like we have some 9, maybe 10 millimeter follicles. And if we move a little bit lower, you can see they're pretty much the same size. So we're gonna move on to the next female.
She looks gravid.
Oh, she might be. She's been paired a few times. This is a huge double het dreamsicle girl. Once again, just halfway down. And there we got some nice.
Okay, so what
follicles.
I want to do is while you're on there, I want you to sort of zoom in on his technique of what he's doing. So when he's moving up and down, okay, so you see he's going back and forth. If you notice, these go small, then large, and then so go small, large, and then go forward again, then they go back small. You want to rotate what Austin's doing with his hand so that the follicle goes small, large, then small again, and you want to bring it back so you get the maximum, and that's about it right there, and then I hit freeze. So what you want to do is with that technique, actually show people what most people do. They slide it up and down. Yeah, so most people grab an ultrasound and do this. That's not what you do. You need to put it on a spot and then rotate back and forth to enlarge, and you'll see it'll go small, large, small. You want to rotate it and going back so that you can actually see where the follicle is at its largest. So if you do this and it goes small, and then you go back, it goes large and it goes small, go back till the follicle is at its largest point. And then here,
it's 17 millimeters. I just measured it, so.
So 17. So that's great. That's
well on her way. This girl's gonna be a little smaller. And yeah, see right there, she's probably around 5, maybe 6 millimeters. There's the gallbladder. Even the gallbladder will get bigger and smaller too. So if you guys are seeing that, Don't get confused with it being follicles.
And the gallbladder is usually black, like really solid black.
And it's usually not as round as the other stuff. See how it's more of like a rectangle shape?
Or a triangle, like a pizza slice almost. They're weird shaped, where follicles are round.
Yep. So there's the follicles at the top.
Nice tiny little, a string of small follicles, probably about 6.
5 or 6 millimeters for sure.
Here's a girl in shed, and she looks chunky.
Yep. Hide het MJ xanthic.
And sometimes in shed, depending on where she's in shed, it really separates it's hard to get a reading sometimes.
As you guys can see, it's a little harder, but with a lot of practice, you'll be able to get it. And
So they're probably, what, 23, 24?
yeah, somewhere around there. Definitely just over 20.
And this is what we're looking at here.
You see how now that it's bigger, it's losing that circle shape and it's looking more like an egg. So it has more of an oval shape. I'll just move down a bit. Might need a little bit more gel. But there you go.
Yeah, so see how there's a string of them? 1, 2, 3. There's a whole bunch of them.
Yep. So put her back. So let me get-
Xanthic hepide?
Yep, xanthic hepide. She has.
Now,
biggest-
if you look, so go back to the gallbladder. So you're gonna go up to the gallbladder a little bit down. So gallbladder, big black,
mass.
weird shaped mass, and then right after you're gonna see the follicles. Okay, so here they are here.
And they stack on
So-
top of each other.
Yeah, now slide down. So 1, 2, 3, 4. There's some more down there, and then there's gonna be some at the top in the left and right ovaries. So
So there's the gallbladder again, and see the ones just above
see
it.
the ones above and then the ones below?
If I were to go a little bit higher, get the ones at the top a little bigger. This girl's probably around 22. So much easier taking all the follicle sizes down with the Husbandry Pro app. If you guys are not already using it, definitely go and check it out.
Yeah, so one thing, you don't want to do it the way you're not supposed to do it.
Oh, upside down?
No, I mean like sliding up and down.
So you guys can see, like, you kind of get something on the picture, but
Yeah, you want to basically pick a spot and rotate back and forth.
so right here.
And if you don't see anything when you do that, go down a little lower, Because sometimes they're not always 50, 60% down. Sometimes they're even as 40, 30, like really closer to the tail sometimes.
Yep, there's some more there.
And there's some more there. So see how it's a good 6, 7, 8, 9 inches that you can search. But the key is finding the ultrasound. Well, yeah, the key is finding the ultrasound if you need ultrasound. But once you found the ultrasound, the key is finding the gallbladder, 50, 60% of the way down, sometimes a little bit more. And then you want to find the follicles after that. And last one. Wow, she's glowing.
Nice big black girl.
That's pastel pied,
Pastel
no?
pied,
Yeah,
yeah.
pastel pied.
Possible leopard. And
Oh, see? Big follicles.
she's probably around 12, 13.
So yeah, see how they're all up there? And then if you go slide down a bit more, and then do it, rotate, then there's a whole bunch of big cluster here of follicles.
And if you're not seeing any follicles in your female, good chances are that
Probably
it's
a male. Yeah. So, they will always have some sort of follicle size, like even sometimes as small as peas, but you'll see a string of them. What else can we tell them?
Yeah, just depending how big the female is or how small the female is, where the gallbladder is might be a little bit lower or higher. So some females, I know we're stretching in the other room. We have some that are right at the 50% mark, and then we have some that are more like the 70% mark. So if you're not finding it at the 50, slowly move your way down.
And then rotate back and forth. That's key, is the rotation. People were just doing this, back and forth, trying to find stuff. Find a spot, and it's usually between the belly and the spine, a little bit higher, we basically place it, and you just want to rotate. If you don't see it, like Austin said, slide it down a little further and rotate, slide it down and rotate. People are just trying to do this. It's not how the ultrasound works. It needs to have an object where the light goes and bounces back and sends a signal, and you'll get to see the image on the ultrasound. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. That's how we describe it. Yeah. But this is how we do it. You know, you definitely want to have a lot of gel on so that it helps, you know, with the image. And yeah, and we do this pretty much every 3 weeks to a month, minimum. 3 weeks, maximum a month, and we do it twice a month. Once we do the animals that are basically first time, so we'll check them out and make sure if they're building follicles or not. If they're not 11 or 12 mil, we don't put a clip on, and we'll ultrasound a month later. And then 2 weeks later, we ultrasound everything that is yellow, which means they're already currently building and paired. And once we put them to black, which means that they're gravid or they're over 3 millimeters, 30 millimeters or 3 centimeters, we basically put a black on, stop feeding, stop pairing after 3 centimeters or 30 millimeters, we put a black on. No sense for us to ultrasound them. We just leave them be and let them do their thing. So that's how we do it here. Hope this helps. But the key thing is placing, finding the gallbladder, rotating it back and forth, not sliding it back. Pick one place, rotate until you find an image. We don't do anything special or fancy. I'm sure we could, but we don't. We just slide everything on, turn it all the way to the left, or sorry, to the right, so that we see the full screen. That's it. And you know, as you notice, we didn't sort of hit freeze on every follicle size, because we've been doing it so long that we can look at it and say, you know, 17, 32, that's about 5 or 6. So instead of us taking that extra time and doing it, you know, if we're off a millimeter or so, it's not really going to harm it. It helps us move through hundreds of animals a lot faster. Instead of, you know, we're probably saving almost a minute or so per animal. Yeah. You know, and if you're doing 100 or 200 animals, a few hours of savings. So, you know, hope this helps. And anything else?
I think we pretty much covered everything. A lot of practice goes a long way, so if you're not getting it right off the bat, just keep trying. Within a couple of weeks and a couple more times of ultrasounding, you definitely get the hang of it. And maybe if you have a breeder near you who knows how to use an ultrasound, maybe go and try to go and hook up with them, and maybe they'll show you how to do it. They do it. And a little bit of practice goes a long way, so just keep trying. I'm sure everyone will get it.
Awesome. So hope you like this video. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell, keep the comments coming in, and see you next video.